What is up, my fellow Cobra Kai, Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do friends? In this one, it's sort of a follow-on from my previous video that I did regarding the Hawk spy theory, and it will lead directly into this video here that I'm about to do. Now, if you are a returning subscriber, then you probably have an idea what I'm going to talk about. If you're a new subscriber, then make sure not only you hit the like button and you relish in the content that my channel has to offer, but in these kind of videos, I delve into specific scenes and I talk a little bit about what the characters' intentions are within the scene and what is going through the characters internally, whether that be mentally, whether they're, what their feelings are, kind of thing. And this ties into the video about the Hawk spy theory being stupid, because this scene right here is where Johnny basically gives Hawk a scolding. And Hawk, just goes into his sort of shell. So it all opens up where Johnny goes into the high school, knows his way in. He's like, I used to go to school here. I know all the way ins and out. He's talking to Miguel. He's like, hey, we got a new spot for our dojo. This is sick. And then Miguel basically says the recruiting is kind of, yeah. So then he sees Hawk. He sees the, his ex-Cobra Kai crop. He goes over to them head on, strikes first. And then Hawk's giving him like a long detailed speech about how he failed us and, how, you got soft, even though after Johnny just apologized and everything. And then what's great about this scene is it's still in character for all the characters involved. Hawk's using his persona to say, you got soft, we paid the price. And Johnny so aptly says, listen to me, when you came in my dojo, you were softer than a baby's ass. Which, of course, we know, because when he came into the dojo, he was Eli. He wasn't this, 80s rock star looking dude. He was Eli. And he says, I made you what you are, not Kreese. He doesn't give a shit about you. And this right here is where it dawns on Hawk, right? Now, obviously, we know that Hawk still sells them out to Cobra Kai later in the episode. And he says, Cobra Kai for life and all that. But this scene here adds so much more reinforcement and gravitas to Hawk's turn at the end of the season, where Johnny straight up says, I made you what you are, me. Kreese doesn't give a shit about you at all. If Hawk came into the dojo, right, if it was fresh Eli, do you guys think Kreese would have given Eli a chance? No, he would have said, get out of my dojo. He wouldn't have even given him a chance. Johnny gave Eli a chance and another chance, and look what happened. Eli transformed into Hawk. So yes, Johnny did create Hawk in the sense that he even gave him his name. He's like, Hawk, fall in. He helped Eli become the badass that he is now. Not Kreese. Kreese is someone who doesn't care about nurturing and developing badasses. He either takes people who are athletes, who are bullies, or who are born fighters, or who will do the necessary work required, or who are determined. Those are like his 5 main attributes. And it's not to say that Hawk and Miguel aren't. It's just that Miguel is a good kid. He has a good heart of gold. And underneath all of that, mohawk, there's still Eli in there. And this feeds straight into his redemption at the end of the season. When, people keep saying that he's a spy, I facepalm hard because it just doesn't make sense at all. And it's in this moment here where Johnny says, look, he doesn't give a shit about you. Eli, not Hawk, Eli's looking down and sort of conflicting in with himself, because this is the struggle that Hawk has gone on this season. Now, I've gone on record and said that Sam's arc is my favorite this season, and I still think that holds true. And the reason I say that is because in season 1 and 2, she's purely just love interest drama. In season 3, I feel like she's finally Daniel LaRusso's child. She's Daniel LaRusso's kin, she's the next in line, she develops as a leader, she overcomes her fears, and she has a great arc, and Mary Mauser knocked it out of the park, and sensationally. With also them adding weight to Karate Kid 3 as to why Daniel was afraid of Mike Barnes, because it ties into PTSD, it ties into being afraid, it ties into that aspect of fear, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that element. I think that's what Karate Kid 3 was going for, it just didn't really flesh it out enough. And season 3 of Cobra Kai really, piles that on. It drives that narrative home. So when you rewatch Karate Kid 3 now, you're looking at it going, right, Daniel is genuinely afraid of this guy, the same way his daughter is afraid of Tori. And what's great about it is, as I've said before, Sam isn't just necessarily afraid of Tori, she's afraid of everything that Tori represents. Robbie running away, Miguel getting put in hospital, everything that comes with it. everything that comes with it. I got off topic there a little bit, but that's just, you know, a little bit of thesis. But if I had to pick a number 2, a close number 2, it would be Hawk. Hawk is just, you know, he's amazing this season. Just his arc from the, you know, wanting to prove himself. But it feels like, even in this scene, he still feels like Kreese's puppet. Kreese is just dangling him on a string, just making him do whatever he wants. And it makes you wonder, did Kreese ever take Hawk seriously as the number 1 contender? Or did he just enjoy playing with him and toying with him? Which is why he, you know, got Kyler and Brooks in the dojo and all that. You know, who knows if he knew the history there. He probably did, but you never know. And let's just give a shout out to the kid getting the book slammed out of his hand by Johnny. That was funny. But then we see here that Hawk is actually considering it at the end of the scene. He's considering it. There's a look on his face like he's actually considering it. But then he looks round to all his Cobra Kai buddies and thinks, you know what? And that's the conflict. That's the conflict. And then at the end of the episode, you know, he sells them out. But ultimately, it's a test of his character throughout the season of where his loyalty lies. And as I said in the spy theory debunking, it's not just a redemption. He's with his friends. Cobra Kai hasn't got his friends. The friends are gone. Tori you could count as a friend, but she changes this season for the worse. And as soon as Robbie gets involved, it's quite clear there's favoritism for Tori and Kreese with Robbie. Right? Hawk knows this. He realizes this. Because while Sam was in Miyagi-Do, Robbie was quite clearly the star pupil. You know, he was the star pupil. Hawk knows this. He knows that's the guy. And all he sees is the guy that put his best friend in hospital. You know, Aisha's not there anymore. Bert's gone. Mitch is gone. Miguel's not coming back. And when Miguel first comes back to the school and he sees Hawk sitting there with all the Cobra Kai buddies, and then Miguel looks at him and just sort of, you know, does the same look that Moon does when Hawk winks to her. You know, that, oh my god. Like, I think it's the little scenes that are laid throughout the season that lead to these characters' choices. The reason Robbie goes to, you know, quote-unquote, the dark side. The reason that Hawk switches. It's all there. It's there in front of us. And, you know, as cool as the spy theory is, well, you know, I don't really think it's cool. But as cool as it is, I don't feel it's organic, and I don't believe it. But in the context of this scene, I like the fact that Johnny just pretty much lays the truth out to Hawk, holds no punches, and just says it straight and tells him as it is. And as soon as Johnny gets in Hawk's face, Hawk becomes Eli again. He becomes, you know, he loses the ego, and then Hawk pretty much just, you know, goes into his little shell and just pretty much, you know, takes it in stride. And it's true, he did make him what he is. Kreese didn't. Kreese would have took one look at Eli and said, go away. He wouldn't even say go away, he'd just booted him out. Johnny gave Eli a chance to be better. Johnny took a bunch of nerds and made them badass. Kreese doesn't want nerds. He wants people who are just either evil, brutal, determined, or they have the potential to just be evil people, you know? And obviously there's nuance. Yes, Tori and Robbie could still have some light within them. Kyler can still have some light within him. But I'm talking in the context of the characters. When you think about all the characters that are in Miyagi-Do now, besides Robbie, every single person who has light in them is on the right side. Besides Robbie. Other than that, I mean, like, you know, people have asked me, do I think if Tori could be redeemed? I mean, I don't mind redemption, but I feel like Robbie should be the last one. I don't think every character needs to be redeemed, you know? I feel like Hawk is the main redemption, and then Robbie is the final redemption. I don't feel like every character needs to be redeemed, otherwise it kind of gets repetitive. But anyway, guys and girls, leave your comments down below. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say regarding this topic and this video and this scene. And as always, thank you guys so much for the support. We are closing in on 4,300 subs. I cannot thank you guys enough. We've gone up literally 50 in the last couple of days. You guys are insane and amazing, and I love you for it. So anyway, with that being said, I am signing out. And in the first few string of Cobra Kai videos, I used to say, strike first, strike hard, no mercy, or defeat does not exist in this dojo. And then I transitioned to your karate's a joke. Until the next time, now the real pain begins, Danny boy. And also, leave your suggestions down below for what quote would you like me to end the video with. And again, it's also specific. If I'm talking Cobra Kai, it's a Cobra Kai quote. If I'm talking Star Wars, it's a Star Wars quote. Marvel, Marvel quote. Like, same thing. Anyway, Chosen One, signing out.